Cycling is synonymous with absolute nutters. Reaching incredible speeds over insane distances with a polystyrene helmet and some overpriced lycra for protection, it's not hard to see why. Here are 5 of the hardest motherfuckers in cycling. Bernard Hinault. The Badger was the last Frenchman to ever win the Tour de France and was a hard man in every sense of the word. At the midway point of stage 5 of the 1984 Paris-Nice, Hinault had just launched an audacious attack on the descent into the next town. Unfortunately for Hinault, his move was scuppered by dockyard workers in the middle of the road protesting at a recent restructuring. The Badger was having none of it though, getting off his bike and spraying a series of wild haymakers towards the unsuspecting protesters to truly cement his place as one of cycling's hardest hardmen, and presumably not a trade unionist. Geraint Thomas. To many, the man known as G is quite the joker in the peloton. Not someone you'd imagine as a hard man when it comes to cycling, but don't let those boyish good looks fool you. On stage 3 of the 2013 Tour de France, Thomas suffered a particularly bad fall, causing him to crack his pelvis. Instead of going home, putting his feet up and checking his Strava data, the Welshman knew that Chris Froome was relying on him, so he buckled down and rode the remaining 18 stages in agonising pain. Not only did he complete the race, but as one of Froome's chief lieutenants, he was pivotal in helping the Briton win his first Tour de France title, all with a broken pelvis. Eddy Merckx. An obvious candidate given the level of dominance the Cannibal had over cycling for years, but let's take a look back to 1971, when the Belgian beast had perhaps his finest hardman moment. The day before the 57th Liège-Bastogne-Liège, the Ardennes was blanketed in snow with more expected to fall. Knowing this, and to prepare for the conditions, Merckx decided to warm up for the race by riding to the start in Liège all the way from Brussels, 100 kilometers in driving sleet and rain. Come race day, just like a true cannibal, Merckx attacked solo from 92 kilometers out, just like his solo training ride the day before. But struck by sudden exhaustion, the cannibal would see his 5-minute-plus lead fall, and he would soon be joined by rival Georges Pinten in the freezing conditions. The pair battled it out until Merckx prevailed in a 2-man sprint. That day, Merckx was one of just 27 who finished after 122 had started. It was later revealed that the monumental effort took so much out of Merckx that he had to shower while sitting in a chair. Now that's what we call leaving it all out on the road. Loren Dolan. The 18-year-old rider showed that she was made of sterner stuff at the Under-23 World Championships time trial in 2017. The championships were held in Bergen, known for its non-stop rain, and the course was particularly wet come race day. Coming out of the starting blocks fast, Dolan hit a pothole at the midway point. Tumbling to the floor, the young rider suffered severe gashes down her right thigh, together with a heap of painful as hell road rash. Bleeding profusely, Dolan did what anyone would do. She got up and got a new bike. With her blue and white Great Britain skin suit covered in blood, she powered home to set a very respectable time, just 2 minutes and 24 seconds down on the day's eventual winner. That's what we call courage. Wim van Est. The name Wim van Est might not be on the tip of your tongue when it comes to reeling off legends of cycling's past, but boy it should be. Van Est lined up for the 1951 Tour de France as a complete novice, with no previous experience in the mountains. Things started well for the young pretender, as he was well placed in GC and even won the sprint at the end of stage 12 for that day's victory. The party didn't last long for poor old Wim though. On the next day's stage through the Pyrenees, Wim got carried away on a tricky descent as he was trying to keep up with Uber legend Fausto Coppi. Hitting a bend at 50 miles an hour, the Dutchman braked savagely and tumbled nearly 300 foot into a ravine on the Col du Abisk. Miraculously, Van Est was able to get back on his feet and climb his way to safety using a rope made of bike tyres that spectators had fashioned at the top of the ravine. The next day, his team manager pulled the team from the race and they returned to Holland as heroes. Just for one day.